Hi, it's Jonna with Purple Crafts. Today it's all about journaling. Now, this is a journal that I made for our family for an upcoming trip. And each page has where we're going and then just some fun facts that they can record while we're on the trip. It seems like we've taken so many trips that afterwards we're like, what did we have? What was, memories? So I figured this was a good way to document everything for everyone. And with so many journaling techniques out there and so many varieties, I just wanted to do something special for my family, and on each page I put what city or what port we're going to go and stop in. And then on the front I cut out some letters, and then I personalized each of the books for the person that I'm going to be giving it to. So let's get started on making this. So the first thing we're going to need is we're going to need 2 pieces of paper that are 9.5 by 5.25. Now I have already cut out most of my pieces just to make it quicker. And then on these 2 pieces, you're going to want to score them at 1.5 on the long side. And now we're going to need a piece of paper that is 3 by 9, and this is for the center of the card for the mechanism. So we're going to need a piece of paper that is 3 inches by 9 inches. And this is going to be for the mechanism on the inside of the card. And now we are going to need our scoreboard. And we are going to score this at every 1/4 inch on the 3-inch side. So you want to start at 1/4 and then just mark it at every 1/4 inch. One last one. And this is what it should look like when you're done. Now we're going to fold and we're going to crease these. So the first one you do is you want to start with a valley fold. And just start on either side, it doesn't matter what side you start on. And the next fold is also going to be a valley fold. So you want to do valley, valley. And really crease those out. And now we're going to do a mountain fold. And you just want to turn your paper over. Now, because this is creased or scored every 1/4 inch, it's going to be hard to work with. So you just kind of have to play with it. But this will be a mountain fold because I flipped the paper over. So this is what you're going to start seeing. You're going to start seeing like a U-shaped. So the next one is going to be a valley fold. And again, just kind of work it. And then we're just going to go back and forth between mountain and valley. And the 2 ends will be a valley fold. And just really going to have to work with this and really go slow so that you get your lines perfectly straight. And I'm taking my time here so I can make sure that that's going to line up, because we're going to squeeze these 2 together and these are going to be glued. And I'm laying it on the table just to push it, because sometimes that makes it easier to get your line straight. After the 5th or 6th one, I'm sure I will have this down pretty fast and be able to do it quickly. But you can see the shape we're starting to get. I'm squeezing the last two together for the two I had just done, just to make sure that I'm really creasing it. And like I said, this is one of the hardest pieces to do. As we get towards the end, it's going to start to try to fold on itself again for you because of just, again, the number of score marks we've put on this piece of paper. This is the last one, finally. Okay, so as you can see, let's crease that one just a little bit better. So this is what you should have when you're done. So you have a valley, a mountain, valley, mountain. Just goes opposite each time, and then you end up with two valleys. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a pencil. I'm going to put an X on where we're going to glue it together. So we're going to glue in these sections, but I put an X on, so it's every other one and the two together. So as you can see, we're going to glue just 3 sections together, and it's the pieces that are the mountains when it's facing upward. Right now it's upside down. So I'm just going to put glue in the middle. You don't have to put it on both sides of each 1/4 inch mark that you scored. Just put enough glue in there to hold it. Got quite a bit in there, so I'm just going to rub some of it out. Then you're just going to have to work this together and just kind of squeeze it. And this is probably the easiest way. As you can see, I'm doing it as I'm squeezing it together. And I'm just going to hold it and just kind of tap it. And then I'm going to use my bone folder and I'm going to squeeze it one more time and kind of really try to flatten that out and spread that glue out. So here's what I've done prior, so I just want to show you what it looks like. So when they're all glued, you're going to have the 5 legs standing up. And then you want to just kind of work it on each side. So I'm going to glue the next one. And again, I find it easier to squeeze them together with the glue side facing you, and then just squeeze it just to start getting the glue to apply itself. And then use your bone folder or something that you can just crease it out. And make sure that glue sticks. Now you could use the red double-sided tape on this if you want it. It's just if you don't get it lined up, then you don't have any wiggle room to move it, and sometimes it just doesn't line up. Okay, so far we have 3 of them. You have your first one, and then the 2 that we folded over. And you're going to want to work these, like I said, left to right and right to left, because this is going to be your page turner, basically. Okay, so we're going to glue the last one. Again, squeeze them together. Start pressing that glue in. And then really push it out with your bond folder. Plus this way you can also make sure that your lines are creased one more time. So I'm just going to lay this down and I'm just going to press those out. Again, just one more time, creasing it one way, and then I'm going to crease it the other. I'm going to fold it the other way. So I'm going to flip them all over so they're facing the opposite direction. And then I'm just going to use my bone folder and just crease it again. That just helps make sure that they're going to move left to right. See, that was pretty easy, right? Probably one of the most complex pieces I've done. And again, so this piece that we just made will fit inside, that'll be the center of the card. But before we move on to this, let's go ahead and cut our pages. So we're going to need 5 pieces that are 7 inches by 9 1/4, and we're going to score them in the middle. Now I just did some antique shadowing with some vintage photo ink. But again, you're going to need 5 of these. We're also going to need our pockets for each page, and we're going to need 10 of those. So we're going to need 10 pieces at 3 1/4 by 5 inches. And we're going to score these. So we're going to score these at 1/4 inch. And on the bottom, you're going to alternate. You're going to do 5 of them that are on the left and 5 that are on the right. And because I put shadow on these, you could do it just all in the same if you didn't shadow, but I already shadowed my paper. So you went for the left side and then the right side. I'm going to score all of my pieces and get these done. Okay, so now I already went ahead and glued my base card together just to let the glue dry and secure. And now we're going to go ahead, I'm just going to rub this in just to make sure one final time that my glue is secure. Make sure there's any glue on the edges. I feel like some days I'm the messiest gluer on earth, but probably not. Now we're going to glue down our mechanism. You can use glue, you can use red tape. I'm going to use my strong glue on this one. And you want to make sure it's just in the middle and line up on the center. So I'm going to glue this. Just put a lot of glue on here. You just want to line it up and then just make sure that you really push it down. I'm going to use my bone folder. I want to make sure this last page does not stick down because it's going to be one of the flaps. So you want to make sure it's not glued. I'm just actually going to use the end of my bone folder and just crease all these in the center. I want to make sure they're really secure. because I don't want the pages to lift out. And then again, I'm just going to kind of fold them to make sure they're creased. And this is where we're going to start putting our pages. So our pages are just going to sit inside on each flap. I'm going to glue them down, secure the flap, then glue it. Now I'm going to use double-sided tape. I'm actually going to fast forward through here in a minute once after I show you how to put the first one down, and then just put them all down. Now I am going to glue on both the long sides. Now you could leave at one end open if you want it to be a pocket, but I figured it'd be too hard to get anything in and out of the pocket if something had fallen down. So I'm going to seal all these pages. I don't want them to be pockets. I've seen someone else do it where it was a pocket, but I'm just afraid something's going to get lost in there. And again, you can use glue. I'm just going to use this double-sided tape. And then you always know, push down on your tape to get in and out any air bubbles. Make sure it's secure. So I'm just going to peel one piece off right now. And then I'm going to line this up on my card. So it's going to be under that first bottom flap. I'll make sure it's even. I'm going to get it as close to possible to the side of the flap. And then I use my bone folder, and I'm just going to push that flap down. And then I'll push it down one more time. Now there's extra glue off the side, but it's okay because it's going to stick to the other piece when I glue it down, so that doesn't really matter. Okay, let me remove these other ones. And then you're just going to want to fold this over, if I can get this red tape to get off my fingers. Okay. So we're just going to fold this in half, lay it down, and then I'm going to use the bone folder just to push that glue or the tape to make sure it's sealed. I'm going to glue the rest of these pages down. As you can see, it comes together really well. So I'm going to stop the video here soon. For the next video, I'll show you the inside and how I decorated it, the cards that I used for the insert to record their memories. And the questions are the same on each card, but each card has a different theme. The days we're in port, they actually have port information on them. I will also show you how I made these banners. As I finish flipping through this, I want to thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, and please look for other videos that are going to be coming up on the screen. Have a great day. Bye-bye.